Hello and welcome to the podcast that currently has no name at current times. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm here with guest or co-host.
Hey, what's up? God, I hate that.
That was terrible. Good work. And
Thank you.
I didn't even catch your name, friend, who was there. All I heard was, what's up? And that's
What's
it.
up?
Yes.
What's up?
And who are you? I don't know who you are.
I don't know who I am either, so don't feel too bad.
Fantastic. What an amazing start. So this is Tony. He is my co-host for today.
An idiot.
And maybe this will be his final time here. I think this is his first
Would
and
not
only
blame you.
appearance, so...
10 out of 10 would do again.
Yeah, fantastic start. So, we'll go straight into the topics with how do we get into Pokemon, and yeah, I'll start since I'm the host. I got into Pokemon at a very young age of possibly 1999. So that was when, like, I first got into Pokemon Stadium because that was amazing, and I still find it still one of the best 3D games at the time. I don't know, it could be me, and it's definitely my only and favorite N64 title. And then as well to that, the Pokemon TCG, which I don't remember if I've had all of them, but I do remember that I had a Holo Machamp and the starters. And this was all base set too. And they were all in this binder that was a Pokedex. It was awesome. I wish I had it, but I don't. And because, being a kid at I think I was 4 years old at the time where someone gifted me that entire binder.
Nice.
So yeah. If I was smart, that would have been a lot of money there. And also something to display. So yeah, that is my introduction to it. Mystery guest. I'm just gonna call you that for the rest of the day now because I don't know who you
Mystery
are.
guest.
Mystery co-host, mystery man.
You literally introduced me. Too. Anyways,
Yeah, I know.
So I got into the Pokemon when the anime first was dropped in, I believe, 1998 over here in the States.
Wasn't it?
I believe it was 1998.
96? Late 96?
No, the first episode aired in 97 in Japan. Oh yeah, all right. So I did just double check. It does say September 8th, 1998 for the US. Okay, so I believe it. I can't remember if I got into it through the anime, but
well, I just saw that it originally aired April 1st, 1997 in Japan.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like,
good
oh,
old
wow.
April Fool's Day.
Okay.
That was probably a heck of a day for the Japanese people.
Oh yeah, they were probably chuckling 100%.
Right? Shoot. And so I don't remember if I got into it. I don't remember what came first, the anime or Pokemon Red or Blue. But I do remember my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Blue. And I think I chose Squirtle at the time.
Because you wanted to match.
I believe it was Squirtle. Because I wanted to match the blue. So I was looking for a red version as well so I could get Charmander, who, of course, was my favorite starter because it's everybody's favorite starter practically.
Mine is now currently Blastoise.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just mean,
I'm
back in the day, a lot of people like Charmander.
Yeah, I know. Even now, especially compared to media now, we're going to diverge for a quick bit for a small tangent, is with the TCG, with the Shining Fates, Champion's Path and all that stuff, with the catch card is the Charizard, which costs so much money, and then even the base set Charizard first edition, that thing is going off for crazy amounts of money. Then you see the Blastoise one, you go, oh, only $80. Well, obviously it's not $80, but yeah.
So I do have a fun story. I do have a fun story. Two fun stories of the base set, the OG base set Charizard.
Yep.
I had a first ed base set Charizard Shadowless.
Oh.
Mind you, I was in a daycare preschool thing at the time.
Well, yeah, you were young.
And
not smart. I'll say that
I
now.
yeah, and I traded it. Mind you, it was in played condition. It wasn't like terrible for because I wanted to take care of it because Charizard at the time was my favorite Pokemon. And I traded it for a freaking holographic Blaziken. I don't even remember what set it was from. I just remembered wanting the Blaziken for
Wait,
some reason.
in daycare? How old do you have to be in
Yeah.
daycare for?
Well, it was like a summer school type daycare. So I think at the time, I think it was ranged from age 4 to age 9. I want to
And
say. But they had there was like different rooms for age groups. Like 4 to 5 were together. I think 6 and 7 were together, and 8 to 9 were together, or something like that.
okay, that's just
So
an interesting fact for me to learn today.
right, I think that's what it was. I can't remember because it's been so long. So I did that. I traded it, and now looking back, like even without knowing without even caring about the price of it, I'm just like, why? Why did I do that?
Yeah, I'm the
Why?
exact same with like everything I had like as a kid.
And then the second fun story about the base set Charizard is I pulled I believe it was an unlimited run, Shadow, Charizard. It was at my local bookstore. I think I was with my grandpa, and I asked him if I could buy like 5 packs to try to get the Charizard. I didn't, because I wanted the Charizard again.
Right.
And I think he ended up only getting me 3 packs, and I pulled the freaking Charizard. I was ecstatic.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're pulling
Yeah.
a really nice card. Like, regardless of the time, like, sure, like,
Right.
in the TCGs, the arts are,
Right.
they're awesome.
Right.
And then just, just being able to buy cardboard and having a shiny foil one, you're like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah. So, and the sad thing about that Charizard is I have no idea what happened to it. I don't know if I know I didn't trade it, so I think somebody might have stole it from me, or I just misplaced it and never found it.
Yeah, that's usually like the thing with me. Like back in the day, like I don't remember exactly what happened. I think it was like an older kid. Like he was in grade 6, so he was not grade 6, probably grade 5. So he was like 11 years old, and then I was in grade 4 at the time. I was probably around about 9 years old, 10, that age. No. Yeah, I'd say I was probably 9 at the time. And we were playing for keeps, and he was cheating.
Oh no!
And he was going like, "Oh yeah, I beat that Pokemon." And because what we did is we decided the prize cards. That's what your opponent takes. They take those 6 Pokemon. And I had something that I found out was really, really rare. But luckily, he didn't win that from me. That was in the pile. It was a Reggie Rock Star. So... It's one of those cards. Which I pulled from a pack.
They have a black star, like, next to their name, right?
Yeah, I think it's hollow, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like a...
I'm pretty sure it's hollow, yeah.
But yeah, so... I'm happy you didn't grab that. But at one point, during a school event, his friend somehow stole it from me.
How do you know it was his friend that stole it?
Because he was like, "Oh, look what I just got." And I'm like, "No, that's mine." I said, "No, it's not." And I checked my cards, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's mine. What are you doing?" And then I even told the teacher, like, he stole my trading card. And they're like, "Are you sure?" And then they're like talking to the older kids, and then they're going like, "Oh no, that's his. He got it today." I'm like, "No, but he stole my card."
That's how he got it today. He stole it from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what literally caused schools all over here in America to be like, yeah, no trading cards. Because there's so many there's thefts going on. there was just a bunch of stuff going on with
Yeah,
that.
because that's
Mainly
exactly what
thefts and
happened.
arguments.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened with that school there. They'll like
Yeah.
after that, I think I was the one that was definitely the one that caused it to like get banned because of this kid.
Right.
Like, dude sucks. I hate him. If I ever see him again, he owes me a Reggie Rockstar card in perfect condition. I doubt that will happen because I don't remember who it was. All I know is that he is a horrible human being. I mean, sure, like matured, you may regret it now. I don't know, but still, you suck. In that retrospect.
So I know this is kind of breaking the whole thing. We're talking about Pokemon, but I'm gonna tell this quick story about Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No.
At that daycare, somebody stole the GBI or GB1 secret rare versions of the Egyptian god cards from me. So I was kind of sad about that.
What's that?
They were really rare versions of the god cards.
Were those the ones that were deemed illegal?
Yeah, they were illegal, but they were very collectible back in the day too.
I mean, they still are.
Yeah, there still are. I actually had to buy it. I bought another set for myself a couple years back. But yeah, somebody stole those from me, and my grandpa had bought them for me from eBay. They were in my backpack, and somebody stole them right out of my backpack.
Yeah, like
I didn't even tell
happened a lot in
anybody I
schools.
had them. Yeah, didn't even tell anybody I had them.
Yeah, that's
sus
AF. But anyway,
yeah.
Now we're gonna go to a little bit of controversy here. Like, yes, the first podcast I'm really going to this kind of topic, but I feel like it's definitely very necessary, especially like because we had a quick chat over this, like a very very brief chat about hand holding in the newer Pokemon titles, which I definitely noticed it in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Apparently it was a bit buff. Apparently it was also in X and Y at some point. I don't know. I don't really recall.
As bad. It wasn't as bad, but there was a little bit I felt when I was playing it.
I don't know. I barely recall X and Y because it was such a long time ago since I played it, and I haven't replayed it since my first completion of the game. So yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, it was definitely in Pokemon Sun and Moon where they were a bit more hand-holdy. They gave you more of what do you say? It was what's that thing that's on the map? A waypoint. Like they gave you, all right, you should go here, especially
Right.
And then like, well, it's somewhat of a waypoint, an indirect waypoint, and then in Sword and Shield, like they just go, you have to go here, and they even give you a box in the bottom that says, go see Hop in the Slumbering Weald, because I remember that because of the
Soul Link you and I just
Soul Link that you and I did, and we should probably finish it off at some point, because I do want to mention that now. By the way, we should.
Wait, oh yeah, we technically never finished it, did we?
Well, we haven't done post game stuff. Plus the
Right.
what's it called?
The final battle.
Yes, that is one thing as well. The final battle, catching Zacian and Zamazenta.
Well, I mean the final battle between our Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
And then we also got to do the DLC stuff.
I don't even have those yet. I just still need to buy them.
Well, yeah. Just take your time on that. But yeah, like there's still more stuff we got to do for that, and yeah, because it was fun to a point, and they got really frustrating. But yeah, it was.
Let's not talk about the frustrations, shall we?
I know, but yeah, in that retrospect, it was one of the funnest like collab streams I've had in doing like streaming for the past. It was technically a few years now because I've done it for a while. I just stopped streaming at some point. But
yeah, that was definitely pretty fun. Frustrating, but fun.
Absolutely. But anyway, back to the topic. Like back in Generation 1, where you and I we were, you know, playing it at some point in our lives.
Yep.
We had zero direction of where to go, but the game was pretty straightforward, I felt. They're like, alright,
Yep.
go to, Viridian City. And then, you know, try and find the building that could possibly give you the Oaks parcel. So I don't remember if it actually tells you or not. It's been a while.
I think it does. I think they said go to the Pokemart to
I don't know.
something. I can't fully remember though.
Yeah, it's been a while since I last played the game, but at one point, I really want to do this thing. Like, you know what? We'll discuss it on stream, on podcast, because I think it's going to be a really interesting concept. But we should do like a sort of like a speed run type of deal between you and me on like Red and Blue.
Definitely would be fun.
So yeah, because number one, obviously the game is really quick compared to most, I feel.
Right. Yeah.
Because I did this a long time ago with one of our mutual friends, Mike.
Yep.
Because with him, he and I were doing a speedrun race, but obviously it wasn't really a speedrun because we were both very far behind. You were in this call, by the way, at some point.
I think
Yeah, because we were
remember that
asking,
now.
how do we get this? I don't remember how to get through this and all that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do that. I'm like, oh cool, cheers, man. Yeah, because that was pretty fun,
Right.
and also it was also this is really embarrassing to say for a speed run of a game compared to most speed runs. I'm gonna quickly check because it's been a while since I last checked the Red and Blue speed run, but it was.
Oh God,
and also we did this glitchless, so there was like no like BS involved. So usually people can complete it in 1 hour and 45 minutes. We completed it, or one completed it, one did not finish. Mike completed it, I did not finish because I was just like, I'm just tired and sick of this, and we've been doing this for ages. It took us roughly 7.5 to 8 hours to complete that game. From starting at Pallet Town to finishing in the Indigo Plateau.
Elite, Plateau.
So yeah,
I know like one of the main like speedrun strategies is getting a Nidoking with Horn Drill.
Yes, and there was also just using like X attacks and all that kind of stuff for like
that was
speed
like,
running aspect.
Yeah, because you wanted it was an X accuracies for Horn Drill too.
Yes.
Were they
it's usually the whatever starter you pick, and then like another mon, or probably I think it's usually like another 2 mons because you have your like HM slaves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's usually it.
Because I know you mainly wanted to use the Nidoking in battle because Horn Drill 1 shot 1 kill.
Yes.
Okos.
Yeah, I think I still own that file somewhere. It's probably on my hard drives I haven't used in probably like a year. Because I just have like an archive drive, and I just haven't archived anything in it because I just have a massive computer with how many drives does it have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, in your PC?
In my PC, it's got it's got 4 drives and an NVMe.
Jeez.
All
I've got is 1 HDD
4
and 1
terabytes, and 2 1 terabyte. So I have a total. Oh wait, a total of 10 terabytes on this PC. And one of them is specifically for games, and then the other one is specifically for archival. And then the others are just for, you know, if I ever need to just chuck anything in there, like, well, I don't really play in this game, but I'm probably going to play it eventually. Just cut and paste it into that, and just I'm gonna call it the vault at some point.
The vault.
Yeah, it was like that's just
Fair
something
enough.
I just don't open anymore. And like
Fair
also
enough.
stuff from like other PCs that I'm like, I should probably save this file. It's probably important at some point. I might use it again. I don't know.
Never does.
Yeah, I think it's only happened once because it was an old game that I want to play. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't played that game in a while, have I? And then play it and then stop playing it soon after. But yeah, for like the hand holding aspect, it's just like I don't know. Like I kind of want to say something that's a little bit, I guess, rude to like the younger generation, but still, and then as well like on Game Freak's / Nintendo's thoughts of the newer generation, like they're thinking that, you know, the younger generation aren't that competent. I don't know if that's what exactly I should say.
Right.
Or that'd be the right way of thinking, but you know, like the first 4 or 5 generations, like, you know, sure, we had a task that we could do to follow the story, but you know, we had options. We can catch more Pokemon. If you want, you could shiny hunt. You could try and make a competitive team and all this kind of stuff before like trying to actually like complete the game. Like, sure, not everyone wants to go, alright, I'm gonna play like Pokemon Platinum and try and get a competitive viable team before I verse Rock, because that's simply not possible. And if it does, you are just crazy. And just why? That's just a waste of time. Like, sure,
The
I've
thing
seen
with the hand holding though is
Yes.
like, I kind of get it, but it's just so stupid.
like,
It's just
yeah,
like-
I know, like, your game is meant for kids.
Right.
Try and
That's
make
why I wish
the
there was
game something, you know, a bit more, you know, for both of your audiences. Because I know the fact that they did it for, well, I feel like Pokemon Sun and Moon are a good example in the fact that the characters that have appeared in that. So for those who probably haven't played it, I'd be surprised if you haven't. But to be fair, I do know one person. I'm looking at you, Travis. If you're listening. He hasn't played any of the 3DS titles because he didn't have a 3DS. Which, you know, fair enough on him. That's fine. But anyway, with Sun and Moon stuff, we get introduced back to blue / green and red. And they have obviously aged. And that's,
Right.
I guess, as well in probably Let's Go, because we do see them
Oh
like,
my god, I
fairly
hate it.
older.
Let's
It's just wait for later on and we'll
go.
discuss it then. As I know that I'll say this, it's an okay game to an extent, but it's not the best out of the remakes.
Interesting concept. Bad. I guess interesting concept. Not a good.
Just
way
a
to
bad
go
delivery,
about
I
it.
think.
Bad delivery.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Could have been better.
It absolutely.
Anyways.
It could have been so much better. But yeah, that's just a bit of a disappointment with that. But you know, like, at least we got to see some aspect of, like, you know, something a bit more interesting. And as well, like, I think Sun and Moon was yeah, sort of, like, it had a bit of a darker tone to it with, like,
Yeah.
also spoiler for a game that's what when it came out, 2017.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon.
Just Sun and Moon, 2017.
I think
right?
16. Yeah, late 16.
Okay.
November of 2016.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because you know, sorry if it ruins it for you, but
We
when
could just put like a little time
I'm not going.
spoiler alert and let people
No,
skip
at
a
this
little
point, you know, you either play the game or you haven't. It's like
bit. Fair enough.
it's pretty much like that talk. Like, have you seen like Star Wars? But and what I don't remember which Star Wars specifically. Like, you know, like Vader and Luke and stuff like that. Like, it's like someone who is, you know, someone's seen it and they know everything about it, and then you tell someone else, goes, "Oh yeah, I know that scene," but they just don't know and they just go, "Oh, don't spoil it for me," or "Don't spoil like that Vader scene that I haven't seen before." Like, dude, that's like a 30-year-old movie. What are you doing?
Older than I am, practically.
Well, yeah, it's older than both of us. Not to combine,
Yeah.
though. Just older than both of us. I just realized, like, our ages combined, that's a scary number.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, let's not elaborate about that. But anyway, yeah, so Lucamine, she gets taken over by an Ultra Beast. Ultra Beast 01, Nihilego. And if people are saying, "Oh, you're pronouncing it incorrectly," no, you're not. You are. Because that's how you pronounce it. I feel like we should add up a topic like, what Pokemon or character or moves that you've pronounced incorrectly. Because, yeah, there's definitely one move that I pronounced incorrectly until someone told me.
Oh.
And he happens to be here in this chat.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be here in this podcast. I used to call it
Yeah,
Facade Fuckade. Oh, no. No. Okay.
I remember this. Oh, God.
So, yeah.
I was like, what did you say?
Like, I
was like, what?
And I'm like, oh, yeah, is this right? I'm like, no.
I was so confused.
I was just feeling like, are you serious? Like that kind of like look. It's like, it's Facade, you dummy. And I'm like, it is? Because one, I wasn't good at pronouncing things at the time. I'm somewhat better now. Even though English is my first language, I still can't pronounce words. It's very, very difficult.
Oh, don't feel bad. Neither can I.
But yeah, and because as well, like when you see facade as a word in, you know, proper English, it's got like fancy lettering, so you know that's how you pronounce it.
The C does, if I recall.
Yeah,
the C
yeah.
technically should have like an accent under it.
Yeah. So I was thinking of what it was.
Right.
That defined that word. Now we're just getting into English, but whatever. So yeah, because we didn't have that in Pokemon. The only thing that we had that had, you know, like a different letter was Pokemon. So the
right.
little
That had the accent
E with
above.
the little accent, yeah. Which, you know, that was the only thing at the time that had it. And I think Facade was... It was Generation 3 where it was first introduced, and that's when I just kept mispronouncing it horribly for many years until I finally had someone point it out to me. Which is so embarrassing. I'm just... Like, the only reason I went silent because I'm just cringing so much and remembering that conversation. It was terrible.
I remember literally saying, "What the heck are you saying? What?"
I was like, is this right?
I was so confused. I'm like, "You're talking about this move, right?" You're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's Facade."
I'm like, really?
Not Facade
like,
or Facade or whatever the hell you were saying.
I said Facade, yeah.
I was so confused. My brains... I think I lost 2 IQ points that day.
I'm surprised you haven't lost more.
Oh, I lost more. And I blame that for working in freaking customer service.
Yeah, let's not talk about each other's personal lives. Well, anyway, so
oh man,
I think we'll be done with this topic, unless you got something else you want to add.
Just stop with the hand holding, Game Freak, please.
I'll piggyback off of that. Don't be like crazy hand holding. Like, I don't know. I have to say this with Legends.
Or have the option to turn off tutorial.
They're never gonna do that.
Oh nah, no, definitely not. But like, there should be an option where you can be like, "Nope, I'm good, thanks."
But yeah, I just hope Legends of Arceus, because that looks.
Oh yeah, we're getting news on that soon, from what I've heard too.
Yes, and my sources that provide leaks have not said much yet. Sources. I didn't realize my accent was that strong for saying that.
No, you didn't say that.
Okay.
I just like saying sauces.
My sauces. My tomato sauce. Fair shake of the sauce bowl, man. And that's all of my Australian accent you're gonna get. Anyway, so now... Like, I could go more Australian, but I'd rather not. I'd rather, keep this...
Go
like,
straight outback.
in the outback, mate. What do you want? Like,
Jeez.
I can't speak Australian and have not swear. It's just not in, like, Australian nature. If so, it's very, very rare.
Good times.
Just like, who's that Pokemon? That's right. We have a segment here called Who's That Pokemon, where I describe
It's obviously
something,
Pikachu.
and you're 100% incorrect, because Pikachu's the worst Pokemon of all time. Not really. There are worse, but still, I digress. But this Pokemon is so much better than Pikachu.
Eevee!
Shut up.
Okay.
So, this Pokemon has a 3-stage evolution. And you can say any of the Pokemon within that evolution line, by the way.
Okay.
I have a single typing. If you add a game cart in the bottom of the DS family of consoles, you get a chance to encounter the base form of the evolution with a 5% rate of the hold item. I think the encounter is 10% as well. I don't know if that helps. Do you have any idea what it could possibly be? I do have more hints.
Three-stage.
3-stage, single typing, and if you add the a game card, so we'll just say
Right.
like Fire
Like
Red,
Ruby
Leaf
or
Green,
like,
Ruby,
yeah, those
Sapphire,
ones.
Emerald, any of those titles. Well, it's specific, the 2 titles. So you already know what it could
Okay.
be.
Was it 3-stage when in that generation specifically? Or is it 3 stages now?
I can't say.
Shit.
And we have the first cuss word, everybody. Good work.
I said
No.
hell earlier, I think, too, actually.
I mean,
But anyways.
like, that word's fine. That word is fine. I don't care about that word. But we don't talk about feces here.
I don't. I think I have an idea, but I don't have like a.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
3 guesses. Let's see. You said a 10% rate.
You
don't
can't
know
Google
why-
it.
I'm not.
Good.
For some reason I don't know why, but Alakid is coming into mind. Why?
Oh.
Alakid and Magpie, those 2 are coming in mind.
Okay. Would you like more hints?
Yes, please.
I'm trying to think of which one it could be. I'll just pick this one. I need a requirement to evolve into my final form other than just holding my item.
I still want to go with Alakid or Magpie.
I think this will give it away. I have a matching Pokemon of the same generation as me, and we both received the same treatment.
Oh my god. Is it actually Alakid or Magpie?
It's one of
Wait.
them. I won't say which.
I'm gonna go with Magpie.
You are correct. It is the Magby line. So it could have been, you could have said either Magby, Magma, or Magmortar.
Magmortar. Yep.
Which here I just did Magmortar line. But yeah.
Right. I love
Bloody
how I had
great
that
work.
from pretty much the get-go.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
I don't
that's...
know why they were the first ones that came to mind, but they just were.
Also, very interesting
with
fact,
10%.
while researching this, because actually, interesting enough, I was going to do Magby or Electivire as the first Who's That Pokemon.
Right.
And yeah, so while researching, I found out that if you wanted Magby in either Diamond or Pearl, you needed Pokemon Leaf Green.
Huh?
And then Pokemon Fire Red was for Elekid.
You'd think that would be the other way around.
Exactly.
But
no.
whatever.
I mean, that was really interesting to see. I'm like, wait, really? I never knew that. And then as well, I don't think I was able to actually encounter them, which, interesting enough, is in Stark Mountain, if you ever want to hunt Magby with a Magmazire or Elekid with an Electrizire.
What? Oh, right. Like, never mind. I had a brain fart.
Okay.
Those are the items.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I keep forgetting the item's name for Elekid because it keeps confusing me.
Right.
Like, honestly, it just hurts the brain a bit when you just go, what? But yeah, so, and then as well, for people who are not as well informed, with, like, having the exact same Pokemon generation that I got the exact same treatment thing, was that Magmar and Electivire were Generation 1. Generation 2, we had their baby forms, Magmi and Elekid. And then finally, in Generation 4, we got their final forms, Electivire and Magmortar. So yeah, I thought that was definitely going to be either the most interesting of the clues, or something that will just make it super easy, or someone will just completely have a brain fart.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. Again, I don't understand why I was thinking them from the get-go. I just kind of was, because I always remember them having low encounter rates.
And then as well, I think the S line also helped. Like the DS family. That's definitely like one of the biggest clues there.
Yeah.
And then as well, it was also the longest one for me to write down.
Of course it
like,
was.
Well, because like the first one was I have a 3-stage evolution, then I have a single typing, and then it's like 3 paragraphs, 3 sentences worth of stuff. Yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, we're definitely gonna have more of that at some point. I had to do this.
That was actually kind of fun to do.
This is why we're gonna have a Who's That Pokemon segment. We're probably gonna have maybe 2 for the next one, because because this is, I guess this is technically 2 because you could have either one. But yeah,
right.
Definitely the most interesting type of who's that Pokemon that I could have done.
Right.
So I could have just done Pikachu, and then we're all done. Like, all you have to say is it Pikachu? And I just go, yes, it is a Pikachu.
I just did it for the meme.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because that.
Good old
What was
meme.
it?
Oh my god, how old is that meme?
That's so old.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Clefairy, yeah. Ah!
Well, it was
of course he
obviously
said
like
something
more
else,
than that.
but...
Yeah. Alright, we have the exact same. We've known each other too long, my friend.
The worst part about that is that the kid who's in that meme literally sounds like one of my friends when I was growing up.
Dude.
Like, literally, he sounds exactly like one of the friends I had while growing up.
Fair enough. Yeah, so up to our next topic, which is going to be very interesting, because either we're going to have very, very different answers for different reasons, or just going to go, oh yeah, we all like this Pokemon because, you know, we're basic.
Yeah.
So, what's our favorite Pokemon from the first 2 generations? And I picked first 2 because, you know what, may as well. Because, you know, you can't just go Generation 1. Oh, I like Mewtwo. Oh, I like Togepi. No, silly. Togepi wasn't in Generation 1, even though for some reason it was from Gen 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird.
That's what, like, confused so many people back in the day. Like, oh, I can't complete my Pokedex because there's no Togepi. Togepi was never in the first generation to begin with.
Even though it was in the anime for the first gen, practically.
It was in there for so many years. Cause
like the whole story behind Togepi was weird.
Yeah, because it was a egg
I think it was introduced
found.
I think it was like introduced in episode like 30 something.
I don't think so. It was when Charmeleon evolved as a Charizard.
I remember that.
That definitely.
I feel like Charizard evolved really early in this show, though.
Yeah, Charizard was definitely the fastest one to evolve for you know, like
episode
reasons.
It was episode 46.
Jeez.
Okay.
I mean, still, like, that's a lot of it. So
that's a long.
So if we go to Pokemon episode list, or episode count, I should say, we're currently sitting, at least it says here, from X and Y, I guess, 1,165 main series episodes.
Jeesh, longer than One Piece.
Mm-hmm. And then as well,
Sorry, I had to mute really quick. I had to sneeze.
I had a feeling. And also 23 movies, which... Yeah, I feel like we're not getting, like, any really good movies at the moment, which is really, really sad.
I'm still kind of
like, the only thing
interested.
that I'm really interested in one is Zorud, because I know they said Zod, which was its Japanese name.
General Zod.
God damn. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure its Japanese name was Zod. Wait,
No, it looks like it.
Charizard.
Zarudo. Zarodo. Yeah, you're completely wrong on that one, buddy.
Well, what did I see? I saw it on something.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, so Generation 1, I'm gonna go with Starter and probably a few other Pokemon.
Okay, gotcha.
So, like, Starter, I definitely like Blastoise. Like, sure, I could have gone Charizard, but no, I like Blastoise now. Because mainly I play competitive Pokemon a lot.
Right.
I'm not saying, like, I'm excellent at it, but, you know, I'm capable of playing, and I'm not what they call in the Unite community, or at least the group that I'm in, a window licker.
A window licker?
Yes.
Oh, no.
But yeah, because I've been playing Blastoise in competitive for the past, like, month and a bit now. And yeah, it's just so fun to play.
It's, if I recall, you use the Gigantamax, right?
Gigimax Blastoise, which...
Yeah.
Oh boy, it was so fun to play. I would 100% play it again when we have Dynamax back. But for now, we do not. We are playing a interesting format that I am not too
fond of,
appeased with. It's just really it really hurt the Pokemon.
The brain.
Pokemon VGC in general, because like
yeah,
sure,
it's just kind of weird that they would take out a whole like evolution mechanic that they added.
No, so pretty much it's their main mechanic for the video game. Like,
yeah,
we're going to go on a bit of a tangent here, obviously, but yeah. So with the main mechanic of the game missing, so at that point you might as well go, oh, X and Y. What if they got rid of Mega Evolutions? Like the game would just be Pokemon Black and White all over again.
Yeah.
It'd be that format. Which, you know, like, sure. It'd be interesting to see, but, you know, you're removing the entire mechanic of the game. And it's just really weird. Especially, like, when I'm playing online on, like, Showdown and stuff like that. But, like, the occasional random battle to get me warmed up before I play some VGC. Or some competitive online. I use that, and then, you know, you got your Dynamax feature. And then it's completely removed in the mainline game. Or, well, you can't use it competitively yet. At the moment. But yeah, it's quite really frustrating weird. And really, really weird. So yeah. Like, that's all the input I want to really put on the VGC aspect for now. Because I want that to be a completely separate podcast later on for when we will eventually invite guests other than, you know, ourselves. But we'll eventually get there. I'm gonna start.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start asking around, and yeah. Let's see. Mewtwo was definitely something I was really fond of, especially like Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah, I think that the first movie, right?
No, the one else.
Or like the prologue.
No, Mewtwo Returns.
The prologue.
Mewtwo Returns.
Mewtwo Returns.
Not Strikes Back. Yeah, because Dan Green, one of my favorite voice actors for when I was very young, voiced Mewtwo in that, and it was amazing. Like, it really worked for Mewtwo, but like even in the new movie, Dan Green voices Mewtwo once again. For, yeah.
The remake
the
one,
remake
the 3D,
of the 3D one, yeah.
the 3D one or whatever. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if
I
it
just
had a proper name, but I don't think it did.
it
was
did.
just-
It was Mewtwo. Let me see. I actually have that up. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution.
That's it, yeah. Which,
I actually was looking at the movies because I was curious about some of the newish ones that I haven't seen yet.
newer ones that we had was the Zarude one was the latest one. The one before that was Mewtwo. Then the one before that was Pokemon.
The Power of Us,
and then
which was Zeraora or
Zeraora,
whatever.
which
that kitty.
I'm not
the big kitty.
I'm not, I wasn't exactly fond of that movie. And then
It was an okay movie. I didn't mind it.
I mean, I just don't like Zeraora.
Fair enough.
It's a bad Pokemon. It's definitely
I
my
do
least
like
favorite
how
mythical.
Fair enough. I do like how it looks, but like it's kind of like a. It reminds me too much of Electabuzz for some reason though too. But I didn't mind.
A little bit. It's like if Electabuzz became a furry.
I was trying to stay away from that topic, but you had to bring it up.
It was supposed to be a really bad
It was fur bait. It was fur bait. Let's just get that out of the way. Fur bait.
I can't stop laughing. that was just so bad. So
That's what it was. It was just fur
Buzz
bait.
finally went to his furry wonderland. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said that.
you probably should not have brought that up.
I probably should just stop talking. No, I won't stop talking. It's my podcast. I do whatever I want. And the one before that was Pokemon I Choose You, which
was like
definitely like one of the
weird.
I think it was very controversial for the
Pikachu chat.
Pikachu speaking English, which is which
very
I do
odd.
have the direct quote because I remember it from seeing it so many times, especially when people were first watching in the cinemas.
Right.
So Ash and Pikachu, they're like in a major battle against Marshadow, I believe.
Marshadow?
Yeah.
Marshadow?
So, yeah, it was Marshadow. Because for some reason, Marshadow went like super
crazy
for some reason. I don't remember the exact thing because meh.
Right.
So Ash talks to Pikachu, goes, Pikachu, why don't you go back in your ball? And then Pikachu responds, it's because I always want to be with you, or something cheesy like that.
Yeah, it was really cheesy. If it wasn't that cheesy, I don't think it would have been as bad.
But still, like,
but it was so cheesy.
Pikachu speaking was just no.
But like, yeah, it was a definite no. But people are like, oh, Ash was just being crazy too.
But yeah,
so I don't know what the story behind it. It was just stupid.
It was definitely.
I feel like it wouldn't be as bad if it was not cheesy. It still would have been bad, but not as like blowing up as much as it did.
Pokemon just shouldn't speak because if Pokemon starts speaking, it becomes Digimon. Like sure,
but
it's okay for Meowth because he learned English or Japanese or German
or whatever language.
Yes.
So yeah.
Like, because
But think about it this way: what about telepathy with like Mewtwo?
Well,
Mewtwo and whatnot. Sorry,
well, it's supposed to be for the legendaries.
Yeah.
Because
like it was kind of weird, like how they didn't have Marshadow have telepathy. I don't think.
Well,
I'm trying to remember the movie.
It was really weird for like some of the Pokemon because
Yeah.
The first Pokemon that we had talk that was in film and legendary, Mewtwo, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Which he speaks perfect English, but it's also because Mewtwo was artificially created, so I assume he was Probably imprinted with like learning language. I
Well,
would assume.
because we got to remember, like, the whole story behind that is I can't remember the doctor's name, but he wanted to clone his daughter.
Yes. What's
What was his name?
name?
Why am I blanking on
Dr.
his name?
Fuji. But we.
Yep, Fuji.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It was actually mentioned.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to clone his daughter, which I think her name was Amber?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that part. It was Amber.
And then, like, her light fading away, and then Mewtwo, and then all the other clones, like Squirtle.
Disappearing.
Like Squirtle 2, Charmander 2, Bulbasaur 2. I think that's what they called them at the time.
Yep. Yeah. They did.
If I recall correctly, because I haven't seen that movie in years, and now I really want to try and find it and rewatch it. As like own the physical copy for, nostalgia purposes, and then as well, like, I have a massive Pokemon collection that I'm working on that will eventually see a set or a setup video at one point, because I'm just waiting for the room to be vacant and then also buy the furniture required to display stuff. But yeah, so we had Mewtwo being able to talk. We had Lugia who could talk.
Which was awesome in Pokemon 2000.
Yeah. And then Pokemon...
What was its Japanese name? Like Pokemon, the explosive birth of Lugia or something?
I
can't remember what the Japanese name for it was.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was a lot better than, 2000.
Pokemon, the movie, 2000, The Power of One.
The Power of One, yeah, not Power of Us. Just the Power of Us.
Pocket Monsters, the movie, Mirage Pokemon, Lugia's explosive birth.
That's it, yeah. And also, they called it the Mirage Pokemon.
Which was weird.
Doesn't make sense, but for those who haven't seen the Did You Know gaming episode with Max Mofo, shout out to that guy, he's Australian, he's cool. He did like a massive video like explaining how like they created Lugia, which was actually under a lot of drugs and alcohol.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. So for those who actually are interested in like watching that, like it's going to be linked in YouTube. If not, just just do Did You Know Gaming Lugia. I think it will most likely come up. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend watching that. It's a really, really good listen. I listened to it when I was sick. Interesting enough. It was like, oh man, that was so awesome to learn. Then the third movie was Spell the Unknown. Entei talked. That's because Entei was perceived to be created through the unknown.
Child. Oh, through the unknown.
Through the unknown,
but through the unknown
child,
via the one girl's imagination or something.
Because we had to get a crazy character, and it had to be a child, and also a young girl.
Right.
Because there aren't enough of those around. Have you seen Higurashi when they cry? That's scary. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie with the girl with the
Ring?
The Ring, that's it. Yeah.
No, not The Ring.
No.
Was it The Ring?
Oh my god, what is the movie?
The Exorcist? No.
No. Is it The
Exorcist?
Isn't it The Ring? No, it's not The Exorcist. I think it is The Ring.
The Ring.
With
like the... Oh my gosh, there's another one. The Grudge. That's another one.
No, it was The Ring.
The Grudge. Yeah, but another one that's similar is The Grudge.
But yeah.
God, that one was terrifying.
Yeah, good thing I don't watch these kinds of movies.
God, The Grudge was freaking terrifying. Mind you, both, I believe, were based off of Japanese films. Fun fact.
Yes.
I know The Grudge was. I'm not too sure about The Ring.
Well, apparently it was supposed to be based off something Japanese related. Apparently it was true. I don't know how accurate that is. But
I don't know.
I'd rather not find out. I'd rather not, have a mess in my pants and,
Oh man.
Jesus.
Anyways,
We've gone
going
very
back
off
to our
topic,
favorite
but
Pokemon.
still, with like, because when I said Blastoise, Mewtwo,
Yep.
oh, what was it?
How the hell did we go from Mewtwo to that?
Well, it's because we were talking about movies, and then like scary girls. Well, because like you know, you gave a child a crazy powerful Pokemon at the
Right, like
well
sheesh.
for movies purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And then as well, like, her being able to, like, change her age and also create
That was really weird.
Pokemon.
That was just weird.
It was such a weird and scary concept.
Like, she's like if I recall, like, Ash was like, "You're too young to be a battle." Changes her, like, age. Oh, really? Let's go. What? What? I don't know. That movie was just a trip.
Yeah, I feel like it probably was. From like what I remember from it, it was a very very long time ago that apparently I'm supposed to go to bed. No, I don't. I don't need to go to bed. What are you talking about?
Who told you to go to bed?
My phone. It's like, oh, it's 3:30 in the morning. You should probably go to bed. No, I want to continue doing a podcast. Thank you very much. And I'm probably not going to go for bed for another 2 hours anyway. But anyway, yeah. So essentially, like before, Jenning was a thing. I don't know. Maybe Jenning was a thing then. No, I don't think so. Not in the first 2 generations. Like, she pretty much genned her mons before Jenning existed.
Right? Like, what?
So she's pretty much like real life Jenning. Alright, I want to withdraw my level 100 Caterpie with Psychic, Hyper Beam,
Right?
Splash, Giga Impact. What?
Oh, man.
And holding, like, something really weird. I don't know, a Mega Stone, just because it can Mega Evolve for some reason. Well, yeah. So, that's, like, something that's really interesting that I thought about that movie not that long, a while ago.
Right.
Like, she pretty much, like, real gen Pokemon. How?
And thus the Pokemon fan base were like, how can we do that? Thus, Jenning Pokemon was born.
Yeah, it was a bit after that.
Shh. Let me have nice things.
It was when we had access to Generation 4. I think that's when we officially had capabilities of doing it.
Because that was with the...
we should probably not talk about that.
Probably not. Anyways.
But yeah, so that's a thing that people do. And people get away with. I'm just trying to think of, like, interesting Pokemon. I mean, I liked Arcanine.
Shout out to Beep for doing it.
What?
I don't know. Just, I don't know. That was just me being stupid.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
As I was saying, Arcanine, even though it was supposed to be a legendary, or was perceived to be a legendary Pokemon back in early development. And it still has that title as well as a legendary Pokemon. And then as well in the series, I know it was in the Dragonite episode. Also, Dragonite was essentially the size of a kaiju.
Which was weird.
Which I was like, alright, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, watching the first Pokemon movie, Dragonite is like like probably 6 foot something.
Roughly. More normal size.
Yeah, you know, like a proper size as opposed to, you know, being massive, like being probably like...
Right.
I think it was, how big was that hillside? Probably like 50 meters tall. So essentially like the size of Godzilla back in the one of the first Godzilla films. I'm trying to remember the dates. I call myself a Godzilla fan. I think it was in 1961.
Fair enough.
I'll just stick with that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, Dragonite being that was also why I kind of liked it, and then also started disliking it because of like we've been lied to. we, Nintendo and whoever made the series, they just lied.
Right?
And as well, like, sure, like, I do like the fact that they introduced, like, different sized Pokemon. So, like, for example, like, the Charcific Valley, if people remember that.
I remember that.
I somewhat do, but yeah, you see all these, like,
That was
different...
from the Johto region one, right?
Correct.
I recall.
It's funny because I own a massive Johto DVD box set, and it's awesome. You need to get the rest of them eventually. Well, at least the first 3 generations.
Right.
But yeah, so with that, you see like Ash's Charizard is just like a baby compared to like these other Charizards who are like massive. And then just like fighting each other, destroying each other.
Right.
And then you see like
and then there's Ash's
Ash's
Charizard.
one. It's like
A freaking one.
Excuse me, mister. I want to
battle you. And then he just gets pummeled.
Gets the absolute crap beat out of him.
And then he even drowns at one point, if I'm not mistaken. He
Almost
goes
drowns.
into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason,
And then just stays in the water.
Yeah.
What?
Like that's what I don't like with the series, like how
It's just
inaccurate
weird.
it can be.
Right.
It's just like with Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's what made people talk about, oh, maybe the listed height is just an average or something. It's like, I guess.
I don't.
So, like, for example, I'm looking at Charizard right now, and the height for it is 5'7" or 1.7 meters. So, is that, an average size? Is that supposed to be for all of the Charizard?
I'm as tall as a Charizard.
I am too. Like, I'm literally probably like 2 inches off of a Charizard. I think I'm like 5'5".
Oh yeah. So Charizard is pretty damn small.
Short.
Like, well,
Like,
Charizard,
what the hell?
That Ash had was very small.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean.
And then it doesn't help when Ash can easily carry around a Larvitar,
Yes.
which is like 230 pounds or something.
And then as well, for those who don't know about the Slugma and Macargo line, they are
God.
very, very, very warm.
Yeah.
And because I watched this very recently, one of the characters in the Pokemon Master Quest series, she owns a Slugma, and something happens, and then at one
Isn't that
point-
Casey or something?
yeah, Macy.
Isn't her name like Casey? Casey. She's the one that... Fun fact, Casey was originally going to be Ash's English name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would have hated it.
Yeah, I would have too.
Well, yeah, so, her Slugma evolved into Macargo. Macargo is supposed to be as hot as the sun. And then she's suddenly hugging it. Shouldn't you be melting?
Right?
You know how hot the sun is? It's very, very hot. Even here in Australia. It's bloody warm. I hate the sun. Like, even, like, my background. Like, my mum, she's from the tropics. Like, she's fine with the heat there. I can't stand it. I hate the heat. I think I have my, definitely my dad's side, more European, where it's cold. But still, I'm not, like, crazy happy with the cold. Especially when it's down to my legs. Because
We should probably get
have
back
no leg
on
hair.
topic here.
So yeah, I just wanted to find out where the Macargo's Pokedex entry is. I can't find it. That's sad. Or at least
I got
I'm
you.
not trying.
I got you. I got you. Where do you want it from? Johto?
Well, for it just explaining how hot it is.
Oh.
Well, Slugma.
Alright, from Pokemon Crystal. Its body is as hot as lava and is always billowing. Flames will occasionally burst from its shell. Huh. Interesting.
Makago's body temperature is approximately 18,000 degrees
Was it-
Fahrenheit. Water is vaporized on contact. If this Pokemon is caught in the rain, the raindrops instantly turn to steam, cloaking the area in a thick fog. Which, you know, if you played
So I wonder,
Generation 4, that would have been useful.
right? I, w- I wonder if it's like kind of similar to how Ponyta and Rapidash can control the temperature of their flames,
Yeah.
but probably not.
I don't know. I was just, shout out to Dorkly, like, watching their literal Pokedex entries, and just, like,
Yes.
seeing Makago just vaporizing everything and burning everything down on contact.
Right,
Like, it's just crazy.
right.
But yeah, now
Sheesh.
Makago is my favorite Johto Pokemon. Fight me.
Fair enough. Fight me.
But,
All right, so let's see.
definitely
You've got
100%,
Blast.
Tyranitar. He was my favorite boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I have Blast.
So let's see.
So at this point,
Yeah,
we might as well make
Blastoise,
teams
Mewtwo.
from like the Pokemon we're discussing. Let's make a competitive Pokemon team. I
Oh
can.
God.
I mean, at the moment, I probably could.
So let's see. So far, from what I remember, you like Blastoise, Mewtwo,
Arcanine
forgot
and
and
Tyranitar.
Arcanine, and T-Tar.
Tartar.
Are we just doing 5 Pokemon each, or what do you want to do here?
I'll just pick one more from Johto.
Mhm.
It was one of the legendary beasts. Sure, they could be dogs, but not all of them
The
are
doggos.
dogs, evidently. Like, the one that's closest to the dog is Entei, I guess.
Suicune is more like a big cat, I feel like. Anyway,
Suicune is more like a leopard.
yeah, leopard. That's a cat.
And then, yeah, so not like meow cat.
Mhm.
And then like Raikou is
Just
a
a feline.
saber-tooth
Saber-tooth.
tiger. Which back in the day, I did like Raikou. Then I went to Suicune, and then went back to Entei, and then Suicune. And I think I like
I
Entei
still like
again.
Suicune. I
I'm
think
gonna
I am
stick with-
still Suicune out of those 3.
And then for like Ho-Oh and Lugia, I think I like Lugia a lot more.
I do too. I just like the aesthetic of Lugia more than Ho-Oh.
Like, sure, Ho-Oh is supposed to be like this amazing creature,
It's a giant turkey.
which, you know, is supposed to be grant wishes or some bollocks like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
And then we also see in the first episode, why is there a Ho-Oh in the first episode?
Yeah, I don't know if they ever talked about that.
They did not
or not.
elaborate.
I don't remember. Yeah, just kind of odd.
It was like, roar. Oh, hi
Or
Ho-Oh.
a screech.
Well,
Sup, Ho-Oh.
well, I'm just
Adios,
lazy.
bro.
Alright, Pokedex, do the Pokédex things. No data
Yeah, it's just
available.
It's just the Pokédex was so weird. Like it wasn't even pointing at Ho-Oh, and it's like no
Yeah.
data available. What?
And then as well,
That's
how
not how
does
you
the
work.
Pokedex work exactly? Because there's no camera.
Right?
And then as well, apparently you can just...
Unless it's like
You
the
have
thing
a
on the back
firmware
is like a
update.
scanner or something.
I don't know. I
Because
was
there is
trying
that
to-
little black speck on the Pokédex. Wonder if that's like a camera too, or a scanner or something.
I don't know what the Pokedex back looks like.
Or maybe it was on the front. I don't remember. Oh, it was on the front.
well,
Never
there's a
mind.
blue
Like when
dot,
you open
but
it,
that was supposed to be like
Yeah.
the I
speaker
don't know,
thingy.
yeah, speaker, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it has like some kind of scanner or something to it.
I I saw something on images. Pokedex
Oh, no.
iPad case. Now I want
What?
one.
Hold on. iPad case. Hold up. Oh.
I might have to get that now.
I don't have an iPad though. Wait. Let's change that from iPad to iPod.
iPod.
Ooh. Anywho, Zol.
Oh,
So
yes,
what's your
we should stop
favorite
looking at that.
Pokemon?
Huh?
Yeah. Was your fifth Pokemon?
Well, I said Tyranitar was my 5th.
That was your 4th.
Wait, what?
Then you went
Oh,
on
yeah,
to
yeah.
start
And then I
talking
went-
about the legendary
then I-
dogs.
Yeah, then I went Entei. And then I went
Oh, so
Lugia.
Entei was your 5th.
Entei and Lugia,
And
yeah.
Lugia is the 6th. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to be straight to the point. Starter for Gen 1. Charizard. Because I'm basic. And that was the first Pokemon I've ever leveled up to level 100.
Really bad.
I was about to say something really bad, but I just ended it at basic. Anyways, so Charizard, first Pokemon I ever hit level 100. That's one of the reasons why.
That was something I was gonna say.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. But yeah.
Also, I wish I could say that word, even in the other context. But no, I feel like that will definitely get me in trouble.
I don't know. Anyways, so that would be my first get, but my
won't say it.
second, don't say it. My second would definitely be Ninetales, because back when the game was first released, I had caught a Vulpix. I had no idea how in the world to evolve the Vulpix, because this
Level
I didn't
100.
because I didn't really know about the stones for a while, like while I was playing it. So I had at that point, I think it was like a level 62 or something Vulpix, and then I finally discovered the evolutionary stones. And this was back before I even know you could get a free Eevee in Celadon.
Yes.
Yeah, in Celadon
the
City,
department store.
like in the
roof.
commons. Yeah. So I had no idea about Evo stones at the time. So I had a level 62 Vulpix, finally evolved it into Ninetales. Had no idea I could do that. And then I just kind of fell in love with Ninetales because it was cool. I just liked the shininess of the fox.
The
And all
nine-tailed
of its
fox has a
skills.
beard.
Yes.
Kurama.
I was just going to say. Anyway, so definitely would say my second favorite from gens from the first 2 gens would be Ninetales. My third is actually one I share with you, Brandon, Arcanine.
You
Believe it or not-
fiend!
Second Pokemon I ever got to level 100 was an Arcanine.
I don't remember my level 100 stuff. Well,
I only
Gen
remember like the
1.
first 2. I only remember like the first 3 or 4 that I got to level 100.
Okay.
But with Arcanine, I had caught it as, of course, I caught it as a Growlithe.
Wow.
And anyways, and when I had evolved it into Arcanine, I was like, whoa. I was just like, whoa, and I was astonished by like how it looked, and I just fell in love with it ever since.
Just
and it's a
name a
big
dog
doggo,
Arcanine.
so calls my dog Arcanine, come here.
Come here, boy. Come here, Rakanine.
And then and then going to Gen 2.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a few more Gen 1 mons I like, but I want to talk about a couple of Gen 2 mons. My first starter for Gen 2 was actually Chikorita. I don't know
Okay.
why. Or no, it was Cyndaquil, but I liked Chikorita more. But for this, I'm going to say that my favorite is going to be Typhlosion, with a very, very close second being Meganium.
Ah, interesting. I would have picked Totodile because
Yep.
I loved its high energy.
Right? Oh, I liked it in the anime, but not in the games.
I like the game.
And the reason why I stayed away from the Totodile line was because my half sister, because we would battle all the time with our Game Boys, she would choose the Totodile line. So I went with the Cyndaquil line at the first time.
And then you kept
But-
losing, and then you cried. And
No,
oh,
I actually had a pretty solid team. It was always close battles between us. But so I definitely like Typhlosion as probably the Gen 2 starter that I would choose would be Typhlosion. And then of course I do of course like all the evolutions from Gen 1, Gen 2, so on and so forth. But if I had to say a non-evolution, I'm trying to stay away from those, is Houndoom.
oh,
It's a
yeah.
Hellhound. It's a Hellhound. How can you not like it?
Yeah,
and it
then,
looks kind
like-
of BA.
And then when was it? I think it was it was an X and Y where Mega Evolutions were introduced. Like
Yep.
when it got a Mega Evolution, it would have been cool if it like actually had like the Cerberus, like it just
Right.
grew 2 heads for some
Right.
reason. But yeah, obviously they didn't do that, and they just had
And
like
of course,
sure they like hinted that like it's got like the 2 skulls on its
right
front
on the
legs.
sides or something.
Yeah.
Oh, front legs, right?
Well, like
but,
as like the shoulders would be,
Right,
if
the
it were
shoulder
a
blades or
human.
whatever.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
that was so cool. I'm like,
Right.
Houndoom looks awesome, but I don't want to play him in competitive.
Right. Like the thing that stinks is like it's not that good of a Pokemon. It just looks kind of cool. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, like you can have like the coolest team of Pokemon, and they could just be terrible.
Right. And then
It's
of
like,
course
that's what I
the
did back
3
in the day.
legendary beasts. Chisui-kun. Of course, Titar, one of my favorite non-legendaries from Gen 2 as well. I have to go with Lugia as well. Lugia is my favorite legendary from Gen 2.
We have too much Pokemon in common.
We have
Get out.
What? We have 3 Pokemon in common technically, because you went with Entei.
Yes. So pretty much half the list. Almost. Anyway, I wanted
I'm pretty
to-
sure that will change when we go on to Gen 3 and so on. Pretty
Well,
sure
what I
that's
wanted to
going
actually
to
do
change
was
up.
like the starters from each generation. We've already covered our first 2, which,
Right.
funny enough, both of mine are water types. There's
Mine were
Blastoise and Totodile / Feraligatr.
And mine were, of course, Typhlosion and Charizard, both fire types.
Well, if this was a battle, I'd win.
Right? You kicked my butt.
You'd be having a sad day.
Sheesh!
But anyway, Generation 3.
Oh, wait, I thought we were going to do those for different podcasts. Just you, like
No,
2
no,
gens
no.
at a time.
No.
No?
No, for
Okay.
just starters. Starters only.
Okay. Oh, starters. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
I said that before.
I misheard you, my bad.
Okay, but yeah, for like Gen 3, I liked all the starters. Like when it first
Same.
started, I had like so many different save files. I don't remember which was my first one. Like honestly, I used Trico in a lot of runs. I used Torchic in a lot of runs. I picked up Mudkip. I loved Mudkip, especially
So
when
I heard
I
you
was
like
able
Mudkips.
to destroy Watson. 'Cause,
Right. With
know.
Marshtomp.
Yeah, just
Or
go.
Swampert. Yeah, Marshtomp. Be like, go, Marshtomp. Haha, you can't hit me, boy.
And then you just go, Mud Slap, and you win.
Mudslap, 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 Mudslap.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, like,
Oh, man.
Grovyle, you just had the toughest time. You just couldn't do anything. So you
Yeah.
had to, like, literally rely on probably, like, a Breloom, which...
Which
I
isn't
used.
bad either. Breloom was...
I mean, Breloom was really good, especially then.
yeah. Yeah.
Who else? And then Combuskin when it had a double kick.
Double kick, yeah.
That was when it was, like... I think it was one of the best starters to pick, I feel.
Yeah, probably. Firefighting at the time was really good.
And then Generation 4, which will go after you.
Hey, I never said what...
Yeah, I was about to say
never went.
once you mention yours, but I think I'll stick with Torchic.
You know what? That's fair. And this is gonna be funny because you went with fire. I'm going with Mudkip line. The Mudkip line.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Although I do like Trico's line too.
Yeah.
I would definitely.
So
But I like all 3 of the lines. This was one of the generations where it was definitely a tougher choice to go.
yeah, especially when like you were able to like all 3 of the starters.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if there's any other ones that I really liked. Like all 3. I don't think there really was.
Gen 4 was one of those really close calls.
Gen 4 was definitely like Chimchar or Empoleon. Well,
Yep.
like with the sprites when I first saw them, I wasn't like ecstatic with them, especially with
Right.
like Diamond and Pearl before we had Platinum, where they had like
Right.
different sprites and they had like cooler animations. Like
Mm-hmm.
Empoleon looked a lot better. Infernape
Yeah.
was awesome because you just see him just like punching the ground, and then
Right.
and then Torterra. I'm pretty sure Torterra looked a little bit different, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
Because I kind of remember, I kind of don't.
Right.
So you actually like get its sprite up. That's not what I wanted. What is? I'm like, that's not the sprites. That's something else.
Oh my.
I went to like the item decks. That's not right at all. Torterra.
I feel like Torterra just kind of
did-
wiggled.
It did look a little different. Like it was more like standing up as opposed to it like being lower to the ground.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely looked a lot better in Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver, where we saw their sprites.
Yeah.
And then as well, interesting enough, like if you really like the cries and stuff like that, or you just like really analyze them, when I first heard Torterra's cry, I thought it was either saying thank you or vacuum.
Okay then.
Yeah, so interesting fact about that cry for like me. For some reason, I thought it said either thank you because you know it was the least popular starter ? I don't know, out of Gen 4. But or it just said vacuum because it was like vacuum your room, but I'm not at home, Torterra. I said vacuum, and then you vacuum for some reason in someone's house. Yeah, that's just a really weird thing about Torterra that has stuck with me over the many years.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, for
so-
starter, it was I said Chimcha, right? Wait, did I
don't
have a
know.
defined
You were
answer?
kind of going between.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, I was about to say either I had a defined answer or I didn't. I don't know.
Because you kept going between Chimchar and
Yeah, Piplup. Those two are the definitely the toughest ones. I'll say Chimchar.
right.
So I did like
Fair
Chimchar.
enough. I'm gonna actually go with
Turtwig.
Piplup. Piplup.
Damn it. All right, fair enough.
Just because Empoleon was my the first. That was the first one I chose was Piplup. Although I was really close on choosing Chimchar.
Fair enough. Yeah, they're just awesome.
All right, Gen 5.
Cool start. So,
Can I go
Generation
first?
5. Yes.
Let me go first. Yes. All right.
You may
easy,
go first.
Easy.
Slife of the Sky
Snivy.
Dragon.
Yep. And because Snivy Squad, what's up?
Yeah, back in the day, we had a thing called the Snivy Squad. That didn't last very long because
Not at all.
it was terrible. It was the dumbest idea we've had that came out of our minds. And I don't even understand what it was about either, which is the thing.
It was because we saw a meme of Snivy saying "B, please."
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool. We should probably have that in like the podcast or no, not podcast or like the videos.
I
we're
don't
doing and
remember
stuff
what
like
we
that.
were talking about.
It was just like a bunch of dumb stuff, honestly.
Random stuff,
I
yeah.
don't even know if I.
But I will
have those
say this.
archived.
I will say this though about Gen
Actually,
5.
it's-
Samurott looks frickin' BA. I love Samurott too.
yeah, Samurai is
But
definitely the coolest.
favorite starter Snivy. Snivy line.
Yeah, it's definitely Snivy for me, then slash Superior, and then
Yeah.
Samurott, and then Embor because we
Yeah.
had too many.
I don't know, I
of those
don't-
typing.
Yeah, and I just don't like how bulky Embor looks either.
The only thing I like about
I don't
Embor is when he's shiny.
Right. Like honestly, Tepeg it looks alright, Pignate looks okay, and then Embor just looks like no thank you.
I was going to say something, but that could really very much be.
Yeah, don't say anything. Yeah, don't say it. Alright, so Gen 6.
Uh...
Well, I know who I would choose.
You can go first since I've been going first most of the time.
Fair enough. I honestly would go Fennekin because it's a freaking fox. Why not?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Delphox Fire Psychic typing was cool to me. I just kind of liked it, and it was a freaking magician. But yeah, and then of course Greninja is a cool one.
yeah.
So honestly, I would rank them Fennekin, Froakie line, and then Chespin line. Chespin looked okay, then Quilladin looked, and then
Quilladin was
Quilladin and
terrible.
Chestnut are awful. I just hate those two.
Like, I'm
Chestnut not
more-
as much, but Quilladin is awful.
I can,
hate Quilladin.
I can stand Chestnut.
Yeah,
I hate Quilladin because it just looks so derpy.
right. It kind of reminds me of Embor with the bulky derpiness to it, kind of.
Like, sure, I know, like, they're supposed to be, like, different tiers. Like, I think
Yeah,
Chestnut's supposed to be, like, a tanky character. And then
yeah,
Delphox is, like, your magic user, your ranged character.
Right.
And then you have Greninja, which is your stealth, fast attacking character.
right.
Which is what they said. I think it was, like, essentially like an RPG. Like, you could just choose
Yeah.
what kind of style you like.
Right.
Which, you know,
yeah.
fair enough. But yeah, when I first started playing the game, I think it's before we saw the final evolutions, I liked Fennekin a lot. Like,
Yeah.
that thing is so adorable. I really love it. And then I saw Delphox, and that definitely,
I mean, Delphox looks a little derpy. I will not deny that, but I just liked its fire psychic typing.
oh yeah.
And let's be real, Braxton and Delphox are fur bait too.
Well, obviously.
Let's be real. They're
And
fur
then as
bait.
well, like, if you play Pokémon Tournament, Braixen is a character. Like, you can just
Yeah, I'm aware.
flat out just play as Braixen. Why?
It's
Why
kind of
not
weird that
anything
you wouldn't.
like Delphox?
Yeah.
Like, Delphox would be a better
Yeah.
ranged character
Yeah, just
/
kinda
magic
odd.
user, but still, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, for the amount of time that I played Pokémon Tournament, I just played like Garchomp or Lucario.
Right.
I even tried to play Mewtwo, but
So, who would you choose
yes.
here?
So in this scenario, I'd pick Greninja because Greninja is definitely really cool looking.
Yeah.
And then as well in the competitive aspect, like it has a really well
With its protein ability.
Yeah, with the protein ability, which it can. If you don't know what that is, protein it can change its typing depending on the moves it uses. So for
so
example,
pretty much it's guaranteed stab.
yes.
And
So
for those who don't know what that stands for, same type attack bonus.
thank you. But anyway, with like the ability, so Greninja is standardly a water dark type Pokemon. So if it uses like a fighting type attack like Mat Block, for example, something it can learn by the way, it turns into a fighting type. So if something tries to use like Thunderbolt on it, it won't necessarily
be
knock it
super
out, but
effective.
still, but yeah. It probably won't survive it unless it's a bulky
Greninja.
Greninja, but still, yeah.
Because most builds for Greninja was speed and a special attack, right?
I know I had Map Block was one of the moves, Gong Shot, Hydro Pump, or Water Shuriken, depending, and Dark Pulse, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about
And then
right.
possibly, and some of them did usually run Protect, so
Yeah,
at least that's what I remember from the top of my head.
right. So,
And then as well, another
I
interesting
went-
thing to talk about the starters here, all of them actually do 4 times damage to each other because of their
oh
their
yeah, that's
typing.
right.
Because
Yeah,
Psychic
that's true.
and Fire are weak against Water and Dark, and then Chestnut is super
Yeah.
effective against Greninja with its Fighting and Grass.
Grass.
So yeah, that's very interesting. And as well, to note for Generation 4 is that Infernape is a fire fighting type, so it can take out.
And
So it can
with
hit
fighting.
both. It can hit both other starters super effectively. So the fighting is super effective against the Steel on Empoleon, and the fire is super effective against the grass on Torterra. So yeah, the more you know about fancy mechanics. So now we're at Generation 7,
Generation
which is
7 years.
interesting.
To say the least, yeah.
Yes,
So would you like to take this one first, my friend?
I'll take the next one. I'll take the last
Oh
one.
boy. Alright, so Litten, I'm gonna go on a little story. Litten, Rowlet, and
Popplio.
Poplio. I liked Litten the most. Then once we got to see the second the first Evo of Dartrix, Torracat, and Brion.
I just said
However
Brianna.
you want to pronounce it. I kind of started to like Rowlet's line, even though it's a derpy owl. But Torracat just looked stupid, and Brione looked okay. And then they released Decidueye, Incineroar, and Primarina. It's like, okay, so Incineroar is a Fire Dark, and it's a standing, big, wrestling sumo-looking cat
He's
thing.
just a wrestler. He's not a sumo.
Wrestlers. Thank you.
Hariyama
Wrestler,
is a sumo.
Right. Then there's Primarina, which I don't even know how to explain Primarina. Just
It's an opera singer.
An aquatic marina. It's a what?
It's an opera singer. An opera singer.
Okay. Gotcha. And then there's good old Decidueye, just kind of a owl,
An archer.
archer owl. Yeah. I don't know. And then I did look at their typings, and then was this when Fairy was introduced, or was that Gen 6?
Generation
remember.
6. So when...
Thank you.
Last generation.
Yeah, last gen we went through. So if I had to choose, I would choose the Rowlet line, just because Decidueye just looks the best out of the 3 final Evos for me.
Okay, I think I definitely have to agree, because, like, especially with like leaks and stuff like that happened, like, and like different fan arts as well. For like
Right.
in the Litten line, I was really hoping that it would be quadrupedal, and
Yep.
stay that way and not go bipedal for some reason. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
I'm not
if it was more
like
of a
happy with the
quadruped,
final
that'd be
design.
better.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all thought. It was like, oh, cool, it's
Yeah.
going to be like a tiger. And it's going to be the first
Right.
quad fire starter that we'll see. No. It's
No,
bipedal.
I'm gonna turn it into a standing
I mean,
wrestler.
actually, never mind. Typhlosion is, but it depends.
Well, but the thing is, Typhlosion can go on.
it can
all
go
fours
both.
easily.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Where
kinda-
Incineroar is just straight up just standing.
Well, you can see it like kind of run on 4 legs at some point. Or,
Yeah,
or
but like
fours, but
it
it's
doesn't
just
look
really
as
weird.
it just doesn't look as natural as like Typhlosion on all fours.
Yeah, that really put me off Incineroar, and
Yeah.
as well, like, people were speculating, oh, we're really gonna have another fighting type again? Like,
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
Like everybody was just complaining about that, and then it was Fire Dark. I
Yeah,
don't.
I mean-
I feel like it looks like it would be a firefighting. You think that maybe late in the process they're like, we're gonna sneakily change it to Fire Dark.
I don't know. It depends how.
I feel like they were.
it depends on how they designed it.
Yeah.
It really depends.
I just feel like it was like a late development thing. They changed it to Fire Dark for some reason.
I'm just trying to think. I don't really know, but possibly, they could have just reversed engineered the starters. So they do
Yeah.
that a lot in Pokemon, by the way, just in
Yeah.
case people don't know. So for example, like all the cooler Pokemon you see in Generation 4, I'll say Ganja for example because that's what I know 100% that they reversed engineered, and then as well with Generation 5 they did it for Haxorus. So they pretty much. And then as well, for like the Kanto starters, they did that too in the very first generation. They reversed engineered the starters.
What do you mean?
So they started with the final forms, and then they worked their way down to
yeah.
the middle, and then to the
Right.
basic form. That's how
Okay.
they
I thought
designed
you
them.
meant something else. My bad.
No, I don't know what you
I
would
get
mean by reverse engineering, but
I thought
Other
you were
than, you know,
talking
like,
about. I thought you were talking about the
decoding.
typing, not the actual.
oh no, not typing.
Yeah,
Well,
I
like,
thought
it
you were
could've
talking
been-
about the typing. My bad.
I think they could have had that with typing as well. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe.
But yeah, I don't know if they did that with Incineroar or what, but I don't know. It feels like they kind of went basic and then final evolution first. At least that's how I see it. I could be very wrong.
Right.
I don't know. I just kind of stopped caring about the generation. But as a
Fair enough.
joke, back when Citra was a thing, or was in very early development, for those who aren't familiar with Citra, it is a 3DS emulator. So someone had given me the ROM to play it, and I played a game of it, and I picked Pop Leo as a meme between me and my mates at school, because I was like, yeah, guess what I got. It was like, no way, if you don't pick Pop Leo, it's not you. And then I picked Pop Leo, and then yeah, and they just kept making Pop Leo jokes at school. It was really, really dumb, but you know, it gave us a chuckle or two.
A chuckle or two.
Yeah. Go, ha! Pop Leo. And then, yeah, like...
Pop Yerlo.
That's
anyway.
Just... Alright. I don't know what
Just
that was all about,
on.
but that was just...
Moving on!
Just stupid. Don't talk anymore. Stop speaking English. But anyway, back to, the next generation, which is the one that we have right now, known as Gala. The Galarian starters, which, not gonna lie, like, I'm not happy with them.
They're weird. They're just weird.
Like, the only thing I'm, like, Cinderace is fine, Inteleon is fine, and then Rillaboom? What? Right, so, middle evolutions.
Blackie looks like
Blackie.
it. Enough said.
I
can't hold back on Blackie.
I know. So, also, I forced him to use...
Let's not talk about that! I hate the Grookey line. I'm sorry if you like the Grookey line. I hate it. It's stupid. I hate the Grookey line.
He got very mad during the recording. Especially when I was like, this is punishment.
I was so mad.
He refused to talk to me.
I refused for I think I literally refused to talk to you for like almost a full day.
Yeah.
That is my utter hatred for the Grookey line.
A lot of hateful things being
I
said.
hate the Grookey line. I don't think anybody can understand my hatred for it, no matter how much I say it.
I just went through some of our things, and by golly, there's some horrible things I've written down.
Yeah, like, yikes! It was awful. I hated the freaking Grookey line. And the worst part is, spoiler alert for the Soul Link we did. When we were doing a certain thing we were working on.
What?
I got another Rillaboom.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And I was pissed.
Yeah.
I don't think I was as mad as when I was forced to run Grookey, but because I don't mind Rillaboom as much as Grookey or Thwackey, but like I just don't like that line. It's the worst line in all of Pokemon, in my opinion. Let me rephrase that. The worst starter line in all of Pokemon for me.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to check how long it took for us to actually get back into doing it.
I think we were back within like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, because you
yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Talk to me, and I'm like, no. Because at that point, I just like, all right, he's acting childish. About punishments.
which is fair enough.
And I'm like, I just don't want to deal with this. And I was like, all right, you got 15 minutes to enlighten me. Go. Like, that's not even a joke. I'm like, all right, you have 15 minutes. No more. But it turned out to be a 14-minute call, which was interesting enough, so yeah. Because I think because that was also when I was going to work, right?
Yeah, I think you were about to be going to work, yeah.
Yeah. Because we did streams relatively early. Yeah. Especially for me.
Yeah, it was like, what, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning for you or something?
Yeah, so pretty much what it was is that we started stream... well, I got up at roughly 8:30 my time, just so we can start at 9 a.m. And
Yeah.
just to let people know, I'm not a morning person. I work
Nor am I.
afternoons. It
Neither of us
wasn't
are
even the
morning
morning for you.
I know it was night for me.
Yes. That's why
Which
we did
was-
that.
Right. Because there was no way I would have been able to get up that early, even with the
I
alarms.
struggled.
Yeah.
And there were days that I was like, if he does something, I'm just gonna not bother. Like, I'm surprised I'm able to tolerate people in the morning. Usually I can't tolerate people at all.
Right.
But, you know.
And it probably helped that you had coffee.
I didn't have coffee.
Oh, I thought you had coffee on a couple of them. Oops.
Or maybe one of them. But yeah. Usually I just have like an energy drink or something, but I think I didn't have one
Yeah.
that day. Yeah,
But
there was,
anyways,
like, days that I got very frustrated and wanted to
right.
scream at the top of my lungs and saying
Right.
horrible, horrible things.
Right. Alright, so,
Yes, so-
everybody knows what Pokemon I'm not
Inteleon.
choosing.
Inteleon is mine because if you ever play the game Gex Deep Undercover Gecko, it reminds me of that somewhat, even though Gex is a
I
bit
could see
more
it,
inappropriate
Right.
in some
So-
cases.
So for me, it's a very close one between Cinderace and Inteleon. Honestly, Rilla. Although I
Oi.
don't mind Rilla. I don't mind Rillaboom as
No.
much as Grookey or Thwacky.
You know what you said.
Anyways, I know what I said, damn it!
Excuse me. This is a
know what I
family-friendly
said.
show. We can't say fuck or cunt on here. Jesus Christ. I had to bleep that out
Anyways.
now. Alright, I need to
Yeah, just
need to
a
remember
wee
the
bit. Just a wee
timestamp.
bit.
I need to remember that timestamp.
So, anyways, so close one between Cinderace and Inteleon. I would go Inteleon just because it's a slippery snake. It's a snake.
It's not a snake.
I know it's not a snake, but it
It's a
reminds me of a snake.
basilisk.
I am aware, but it reminds me of a snake, so I'm going Inteleon.
Or I should say the it's I know it's not like its scientific name or its proper name, but also known as the Jesus Christ lizard because it can run over the water. Because
Yeah.
I knew about that before Inteleon was a thing. I know for
Right.
I think I know like 10 years before Inteleon even existed. Probably longer than that,
Right.
actually. So yeah, that's what he's based off of, and that's
Yep.
our starters. That's what we like, and I made this segment a little
And
longer.
after my
And
my
your
tangent of the Grookey line.
Yes, that really helps.
Oh,
You suck.
oh god. Anyways,
Good thing this
moving
isn't
on.
Good thing we didn't go with radio show. Otherwise, this would be like 3,000 hours long.
No kidding.
Because we have the time, right? I mean, I don't. I got another like 10 hours. No, 11 hours before I need to go to work. So fun times.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go for the final topic for tonight because I feel like it's something that needs to be mentioned, and you know, because we've had some. Oh, I forgot to add another one to the list, which is the Let's Go stuff, because that's technically a remake, I suppose.
Yep. Technically, it is.
So the first remakes that we got was Leaf Green and Fire Red, which were amazing to see in color, and then also incorporating the Generation 3 Pokemon, and then making a system where, you know, you can catch like Gen 2 Mons and interact with that generation through trading. But you had to
And then don't forget the
complete
Sevi
a
Islands.
tasks. Well, the
The
Sevi Islands...
Sevi Islands were cool. I like that. Those were
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
feel like some of them were just like very empty and barren, and like they should have been.
Definitely.
But what did I hear was? I don't remember, but I heard something mention the Sevi Islands was supposed to be back in like a different game, but I completely.
I don't
remember.
think I heard that one, but
Oh, it was.
I would believe it.
It was
I would
rumored to
believe
be.
it. Yeah,
So we
I'd
had
believe it.
Leaf Green, Fire Red. Then we had Heart Gold, Soul Silver,
Gold, Soul
which were
Silver.
which I think
You cannot
a
change
lot of
my
people
mind on
would-
this. Those are the best remakes of a game. You cannot change my mind currently.
Literally about to say, this is definitely the best remaster, remakes, whatever you want to call it, ever made in Pokemon history. And I don't think anything else can beat it. Like, sure,
I am
Omega
interested
Ruby
to see
Alpha
what
Cypher
the...
was pretty
Oh, those
good.
were good too. Those were good too.
Because it's, like, yeah, it's a good remake, and they did it pretty well. Especially, you know, incorporating a brand new feature with, like, Mega Evolutions, and then, you know, being able to catch a mythical Pokemon that you used to be able to get through an event, but was no longer an event because it was part of the Delta episode.
Right.
Which I did love. Sure, it was a bit annoying, but I still love the Delta episode.
Right.
And then as well, seeing like a game that shifts from a sprite to full 3D animation, it was like amazing.
Right.
And then as well, you
Like-
can't forget the IGN review, Too Much Water.
Too much water.
The biggest thing to do with the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is the too much water aspect.
Like, obviously they never play the OG
I was
Ruby
about to
Sapphire,
say,
because those
who-
had a lot of water too.
Because, yeah, whoever reviewed it in IGN most likely didn't even play Generation 3. Because,
Right.
you know, you could even say the same from Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. Because you had the Sevi Islands. There's
Right.
technically a lot of water there too.
Right.
Especially with one of them just had like ruins and crap everywhere. I don't remember exactly, but all I know is that it was terrible and I was not interested.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Yep. And then after that we had Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which would make this the third remaster of Generation 1. Which, sure,
Like,
you know,
I love Gen 1, but that's just overkill in my opinion.
but yeah, but sure, it was probably like their way to work with the 3D and like the Switch stuff, but I'm just not a fan of it. I'm like, sure, like at the Pokemon Go aspect and the Pokemon Go Plus, I don't even know if I still have that. That's probably in like my bin of like.
I still have the Pokeball Plus, I think in my desk somewhere.
Because yeah, a long time ago, I did an unboxing on the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Limited Edition console, which to this day I still use very much. Even though I do have another Switch for developing, but let's not talk about that. So yeah, it was a game that was very meh, very
Interesting concept.
confusing.
For
But, yeah, as we
I
said
still can't
during
think of the word.
the before the podcast started, it was okay concept, poor delivery.
Bad execution, that's what I was looking for.
Execution. That's who I suppose, but yeah, it definitely was something that should have been worked on a bit more. I don't know. I feel like the game could have been.
And then,
a
of
little
course,
bit
the
rushed.
new Diamond and Pearl remakes
And
are
then
to
yes,
be
now we
determined.
have
Not a
Brilliant
fan
Diamond.
of the chibi, not a fan of the chibi art style, but I'm going to hold my breath and hope that they're good.
I'll just say this. I hope the gameplay mechanics are not like Let's Go.
That I don't see them doing that. I cannot see
I
them
think
doing that.
from what people are speculating and what could have been a possibility is when I don't remember the company, nor do I particularly care a whole lot. I don't know.
It's not Raven Software, I don't think.
It's the same people who made Pokemon Home. So pretty much Nintendo passed off the baton I feel like they were kind of just like, all right, to prove yourself that you're a good development company, remake this game for us, and we'll consider you. I'm assuming that's what they did. I'm not 100% sure, but still, like,
Yeah, because Game Freak wanted to put all their attention towards Pokemon Legends Arceus,
which it looks good, but I don't think it's going to be very good on this Switch that we currently have, because for those who don't know, development Switches have 2 gigabytes more RAM than the standard edition of consoles. It's like that for all software development kits. So, sure, they do have a bit more power over the basic Switch, but still, like, I don't know if we're ever gonna see that Switch Pro that has been
like the 4K and all that fun stuff. Sure, they have the OLED version coming up.
Well, the OLED is 4K though.
Oh, is it 4K? I didn't.
Yes.
Thought it said something. Oh.
OLED is 4K.
Oops. Oh. Oops.
But this one in particular, it was supposed to be more RAM, definitely a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had any more storage. I don't remember that. Well, it's been... Oh man, it's been way too long since I last heard information from it. I think it was like 4 months ago was when we last heard information. So it was
probably like 2 or 3 months before the actual announcement.
No, this is for specifically the Pro. The OLED is no different.
Oh, gotcha.
OLED is just upscaling, I guess.
Yeah.
It's upscaled and bigger. That's all that I really get from it. And
it's not even that much bigger.
I know.
But it's probably going to feel a lot bigger.
I don't know. I kind of do like it. But I don't know if it would, like, if I would buy one.
I feel like it'd be very uncomfortable to hold, like, it out of dock mode. Because I don't like having my current Switch undocked. Because it's already uncomfortable. But...
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I play docked anyway. Docked, undocked, I can do whatever. I don't really care. As long as I have my Pro Controller. My Pro Controller and stand, that's all I ever need to play my Switch.
And what about a monitor? Oh,
I
wait,
said
never mind, I forgot.
Stand and a controller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless of the situation.
Fair enough.
That's why I did a lot of playing at work, especially when Pokemon Sword and Shield first came out. I was playing a lot of that at work, especially during my breaks, because I can't do it when I'm actually working. Otherwise, I would very much get in trouble. And possibly sacked, who knows. But yeah, for like Brilliant Diamond and
Shining Pearl?
Shining Pearl, that's it. I was like, what's the S in it again? I keep forgetting. It's just something I'm not too fond of. It's especially with like the style of it, the chibi, I'm not entirely a fan of as well. This statue, like, sure, it's supposed to be a Palkia or Dialga kind of mix, but, and yeah, obviously the memes of oh, that's probably what took them so long to get the development, to actually develop it, because of the statue, because they didn't know how to execute it, which, they're not wrong, but still, it looked terrible, because it's got like different parts of Dialga and Palkia. But if you saw the sprite of it, you can easily tell that, it could be either Dialga or Palkia, depending on the way that you look at it. Which is what I love so much about it. And then as well, when you see, like, when you actually, like, challenge Dialga or Palkia, you can see clearly that, they just changed the sprite color of the statue in Eternal City into, like, the blue and steel color. What's steel? Beige?
Silver.
Silver,
Silver,
I guess,
maybe?
yeah. Yeah, so with that, and then with Dialga, and then Palkia is like pink and white. And like you can obviously tell by the way that they did it is perfect. And that's what I loved about that. Especially when finding that out. Like how like one sprite can look like two. Because I've never seen that before in a game. And to be fair, I don't really play much games other than Pokemon and a few handful of other titles. When, you know, I feel like it. But as said earlier, 100% Heart Gold Soul Silver are the best remakes. And then I think it would be Oras, Leaf Green, and then I don't know what to say with like Brilliant Diamonds, Shining Pearl. We'll have to wait
To be
until we get it.
determined.
That'll definitely be
To be determined.
But let's go Pikachu and Eevee. That's
Not great. Dead last. Easy.
Like, I'd be surprised if it is actually ahead of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but I very much doubt that.
Right, like I don't know, I just feel like the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are gonna be better than Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
I hope.
And to be fair, I don't think that's asking a lot.
Well, like,
I
the
don't
thing is
think
as
that's
well,
asking a lot.
and the thing as well, I'd like to add with, like, the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl stuff, because in the trailer we saw, like, a bunch of, like, really interesting things. For those who never actually got to play, like, the original Diamond and Pearl and connected to Wi-Fi.
Whiffy.
Like, yeah, I remember back in the day we called it Wi-Fi. And then, we called HDMI something else.
HDMI.
No, I think we called it Homie because we thought the D looked like an O. And I just made it a Simpsons
Yeah, I
joke
think so.
constantly.
Yeah.
Well, especially
Yeah,
with,
that
like,
sounds right.
because I had a plasma screen TV and that looked really, really pixely.
Love my pixels.
Gotta get a pixels. But yeah, so...
Gotta get them all. Pixelmon.
But yeah, so
Great
with like
game.
connecting to like the Wi-Fi and stuff like that, they had a few different features. Like you obviously had like the GTS, which was really cool. Like you were finally able to like trade with someone from, you know, the US, if you're in
Japan.
Australia, Japan,
All over the world. Let's just leave it at
yeah,
that.
or just all over the world, which is, you know, definitely one of the biggest things to, you know, do for a handheld console. And, you know, very new technology, I guess Wi-Fi was in that time. Because I don't know how long Wi-Fi would have been out at that.
Right.
Because like 2006 and probably came out 2005 for Japan. Wait, maybe it was, I don't remember. I don't remember release dates very well. I keep forgetting. Too much information to withhold. So yeah, they had the GTS, and then we had the oh, what was it called again? It was the something arena, like the wife.
Battle Arena?
No, not the battle. It's not the battle arena. What is it called again? Pokemon Plaza. That's what it was.
Plaza.
The Pokemon Plaza was when you were able to go online and see like a bunch of different people, and then also like ride the and play like a bunch of different mini games. There was a Piplup roller coaster. At least I'm picking up from memory.
I don't remember anything of it, honestly.
Well, it's because I feel like not much people actually
Knew
experienced
about it. Yeah.
Because, you know, like Wi-Fi, how do you actually do that with a DS? I had a DSi. That was the only way I was able to do that.
Right.
And then as well with like mystery gifts, like being able to get those. That was like one
That
of
was
the biggest
fun.
things as well. Like you can get stuff from Wi-Fi. You can go to like your local shop. I know they did that with Well, they did that
EB
a lot.
Games / GameStop.
Well, no. I was like, for like,
No.
like the games in general. Like, so Generation 1, you did have mystery gifts. But it was... So,
Yeah, but
I watched the video...
cartridge, wasn't it?
No, just wait. Because I watched a video very, very recently, which is about the Pokemon New York Pokemon Center, and how they had a GameCube where you could just like put your like Generation 1 and 2 cartridges in it, and then you could possibly get like shiny Pokemon and all these legendary stuff like that. It was so cool to see. And you know, I kind of wish I was able to experience that at one point, and even like now I want to figure out if I can recreate that thing, but you know, at home, and maybe host tournaments. Who knows? Because I kind of want to do that. It's like, all right, we're going to be hosting like a Generation 3 tournament. Because like I have really big ambitions, but they just never commit. But yeah, so just like seeing like that kind of stuff was really cool. And then yeah, like just getting like events, like you can just go like to your local like Target, Kmart, EB Games, GameStop, all these kinds of shops, and you know, you can either walk up to the person.
I will be right back.
No worries. Yeah. So pretty much you just walk up to the person and, you know, you ask the... Well, you got to the person behind the counter, go ask, hey, can I, like, do this, Pokemon event? I did it for, the Special Darkrai that had Roll of Time and Spatial Rend and Shadow Force, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to quickly check the event database, because... I could be mistaken, because I know there's a lot of events, and Darkrai was one of them. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Yes, there we go. 2007. Right. Where is... They don't have Oceania here. Alright. I'll just have to deal with, like, Okay, never mind. 2008 was when we got the special Roll of Time and Spatial Rend Darkrai. The other event I was thinking of was the Arceus with Roll of Time, Spatial Rend, Shadow Force, and Judgment. Apparently you were able to get it at Target, Toys R Us, and EB Games, GameStop, I assume. Yeah, I'm just checking all the events. Apologies. Because I'm just waiting for Tony to come back. Or I should say Mystery Man number 1. Yeah, so that was like the first event I ever participated in. And interesting enough, I still have that Darkrai somewhere. I don't think it was a Land of Pokemon Home though.
Alright, I apologize, I am back.
Thank you for coming back. Well, anyway, yeah, I was talking about the Alamonster Darkrai with Spatial Random Roar of Time.
Oh. Fun.
Yeah, so back in 2008, on October, they had the event for getting a Darkrai with those movesets. I don't know if I actually have the No, they didn't have the little ticket for it. I was thinking about the 20th anniversary, because that was a thing, and they had really cool goodies for like events.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of what else. And the other event I went to was the Arceus with Judgment, Roar of Time, Spatial Rend, and Shadow Force. I was also holding the Roap Berry, which I don't remember what that does. So I'm just trying to think of anything else to add. But yeah, are there any events that you attended at all?
Recent memories, no. I don't think I've ever done gone to an event to get a Pokemon. Sadly, aside from picking up codes from like my GameStop and whatnot, I haven't done anything. So unfortunately, when it comes to events, I don't have very many. Pardon me, I don't have that much experience, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I wish I had more experience, but I do not. Sorry, I'm just watching my dogs on a camera right now.
That's alright. And also very unfortunate to hear.
Right.
But yeah, it does happen. Sometimes people aren't able to like attend events. Because I know, with you in particular, you're not in like an area that's like, you know, big.
I am not.
You're like a little village. I'm joking.
Practically.
Well, you're in more of what we would call a regional area, as opposed to like metropolitan.
I wouldn't even say where it's that.
What, regional?
No, I wouldn't even say it. It's more like a rural area.
That's what
Rural.
That's what we.
I can't
That's
speak.
what I meant.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
That's what we say here.
Gotcha.
Well, like rural, you're living in like your own farm.
Well, it's not exactly a farm, but it's a small freaking
that's how
town,
we would say it.
right?
Like, you literally live in a farm by yourself, and you're very sad. I don't
Very,
know.
very sad.
I'm just looking at like other events that happened. But yeah, like I've been thinking of like getting like the distribution cartridges, but like I've seen a lot, and I don't know, like, because some people are just what you call it? Oh, my brain don't work. Oh no, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But yeah, oh no, never mind. I was talking about the event cartridges. Like some of them are just fakes, or clones. Like, you know, you could just use a R4 chip or a what's the GBA equivalent? I guess a supercard, which is something that I own. Well, I own a supercard, a R4, so I can do like my own distribution and stuff like that. But you know, I'd rather like relive like some of the past and, you know, get like some of these really old cartridges that are worth like insane amounts of money. So I'm gonna check like eBay right now for me, because I think there was a few legitimate cartridges, but not worth it. So we go distribution cartridges. I think I spelled cartridge wrong. That I did. There we go. I learned how to spell. So yeah. So literally the first thing I do is when I type in distribution cartridges, it is a R4 chip that has Generation 3 Ultimate Event Cart, not for resale, so that's sus. And it also has the Eon ticket, Old Sea Map, Aurora ticket, and Mystic ticket. Which, you know, on a DS cartridge, that doesn't really work now, does it? And I'm curious to how this even works and where they got the ROMs. Because I would very much like to try and duplicate it to like have my own like distributions of that. Like, sure, it's not going to necessarily be legitimate, but still, you know, I'm reliving the old ways of how we got distribution cartridges. Or then, you know, someone just going to like a genning thing and then just download the Pokemon online and just inject it directly into their save file. You know, I want to do it legitimately. I want to relive that amazing time that was once, you know, go to your local store, ask if they do the thing. They go, okay, they just get their console out, or they just like press a button, then you just go receive gift and do all that. That's something I want to relive again. Definitely like share with the rest of the world if possible. Like at the moment, I'm just trying to like find like legitimate distribution cartridges at like, you know, a fair price and not something ridiculously expensive. Like over $1,000 for something that could potentially be fake. Why is someone selling Pokemon Ruby? Like I got like 3 Pokemon Ruby games for some reason. I don't know why, I just do. That's a Pokemon Black cartridge. Yeah, I don't think there's any more other than the ones that I've been looking at. Ooh, the Japanese version, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I don't even know what one looks even more legitimate. And you know, someone showing a cartridge that does not even show the back, which, you know, it'd be nice to see. So here we have the distribution cartridges. They say here they have the Celebi, that's apparently not actually released and can't be passed through Pokemon Bank. We got the Entei, Suicune, and Raikou Shiny, which is a distribution for Pokemon Black and White, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a way for you to get the what's it called? Oh man, I can't remember now. I think that was the Zoroark event. I think that's how you triggered it. It's either that or how you got Snarl, possibly? I can't remember. It's been a while since I experienced that event. So I was lucky enough to actually have somebody help me with that. What is this? Limited edition cartridge case. That looks really interesting. Oh, I see. That's a lot of money, but also very, very cool. So that's something I'm gonna look at later. Yeah. So, and then as well, like, I don't know why I just really like collecting all these like really cool and old stuff. Like at the moment, I'm building a massive collection of owning all of the PAL games. Which, by the way, getting all of the PAL games is incredibly difficult. Like all Australian is just crazy insane. Because at the moment, I recently have purchased a Pokemon Yellow game, which should be arriving next week. That I'll be able to display on whenever I get to move into my studio. As in, like, it's literally just going to be a room that's not mine. So there will no longer be a bed and whatever. It's going to be like a proper nice setup for once in a while, which I have been waiting for years to have. So yes, that's pretty cool. And also it's very difficult to, you know, keep talking and wait for somebody to return. It's very unprofessional. But, you know, it happens. Because I had to leave for like a little bit. Anyway, I'm just trying to look. But yeah. So what we'll be doing is over the next coming weeks or so, maybe months, because we're still working on a few. We still got one project, streaming project that we got to do. So if you follow me at BrandonMVGC on Twitch TV, and I'm also on Instagram and other platforms. If you're
Imagine
on YouTube,
using Instagram.
I don't really use it as much. I just go
Oh,
on.
I don't either.
I have it. I look at stuff people post and go, cool.
Right.
I'll post jokes. Oh no, like once I actually have my proper setup, I can just go, alright, moving in, and then also film it. Because, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, like, this empty room become, like,
Right.
a really amazing studio. With, like, a cool set and background, and how terrible my setup's going to be.
Right. Like,
It's
sheesh.
going to be, like, really weird, because at the moment, I want to get an L desk.
Right.
But I'm even possibly thinking of getting the two like long desks, two long
Oh.
boys.
Two young boys.
Yeah, because I was gonna have like, I don't know. I kind of don't want to have like a floor PC anymore.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Is that the way?
I-
It's propped up by like cardboard box.
Mine's just sitting on
I don't know what.
a TV tray.
Ah,
It's where you like if you want
I
to
know what
like
it
sit all
is.
in the... Okay, good. You just went full dum dum.
no, I'm like, oh, why? Why would you do that? It's not food. You're not gonna eat components, are you?
Yes, I am going to eat the components.
You should eat your CPU. I hear it's pretty tasty. It tastes just like chips.
No, I heard it tastes just like
Yes?
cartridges.
Well, like Switch.
I was going with the more old school stuff like the N64 and whatnot, but yeah.
No, as in like if you lick the 64, no, the 64 is just gonna taste like, I don't know, sticky.
I don't even know how
I
to
don't know.
explain that. Explain what.
What
This
cartridges?
is weird.
Imagine like telling that to like, you know, you have like a kid in like 5 years and they ask, "What's a cartridge?" And then you have to go, "Well,
It tastes delicious.
well, little Timmy. Back in the day, we didn't have digital only or CDs. We used these things called cartridges, which were big, bulky things made of plastic and had a circuit board in it.
Right.
And then for the Nintendo Switch, there are these also. These are the very nice stickers that you can lick, and they taste just like candy.
Wow.
And then, you know, you make your kid lick it, and then they go, "I hate you, Dad. You're the worst dad ever. I don't love you anymore." And just go, "Okay." I don't know. But it's just be funny just to make a kid lick the thing that's apparently, which is oddly you know, does taste like poison. Which I don't know. I know why Nintendo did that, but still, like, why would you want to try and make it taste specifically just like actual poison? How did you get
Right.
the taste? It's like Bean Boozled. How they got like all
Frickin'
these
Bean Boozled.
disgusting flavors, like, oh, it tastes like boogers. Well, someone was obviously a booger eater when they were a kid, or probably still now. I don't know. I saw like a YouTube short video or something like that, where like someone was like eating their boogies on a public train,
Yo!
and they weren't ashamed of doing it. I'm like, what is going on? Well, why?
Hashtag no shame.
You have no shame, child. Even though, like, you know, I refuse to do that. I don't want to eat my own boogers. Especially, even if I did, I wouldn't want to do it in public. That's just terrible. You know, especially like nowadays, people will film you. People will go up to you and laugh at you. I don't know. Well, no, never mind. Not nowadays. I feel like you rarely see those kinds of people. But still, it's horrible. I wouldn't want to experience that
do
ever
like
again. Or ever. Like, I had to experience, like, my friend, he didn't have a tissue or anything, So he just blew his nose into his hand, right? And
Ew,
started-
what the fuck?
And then he started slapping it up. Yeah. I was like, why?
Gross.
Like, people, why do you
That's
do this?
nasty.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Also, I forgot we're recording a podcast still.
Smooth.
So we should probably wrap it up. I think I have everything that I want covered. Like, I definitely want to have like my own Pokemon. I don't know, museum kind of deal.
Right, little showcase.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be like a thing that's gonna be done in the next year. Like,
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna have- like, it's just gonna be all the ones that I can find boxed. I might have
Right.
to convince somebody to ask if I can buy their fire red off of them. Because
Nice.
one of my mates, he actually has one.
Oh, sheesh.
And he
really?
showed me it. I'm like, oh, you lucky
I want it.
duck. I really want that now. I don't know. Depending if I can swindle him. He seems to be okay with Pokemon.
Fair enough.
So yeah. We'll see that in development, my collection, eventually. So yeah, we'll wrap it up. Thank you, Tony, for joining me today on this very fun
Interesting.
first podcast. So yeah, we still remain unnamed, but who knows? Maybe by the next one we'll have a title. If not,
Maybe.
yeah, won't really matter. And then as well, we're going to be doing this ever so infrequently because, you know, we have different time
Schedules.
zones and then also schedules clash. So we'll probably won't be able to do another podcast for, I think we'll do it like every, how often should we do this?
Do you want to try it every 2 weeks or so?
Yeah,
Try to
we'll
aim for
try every fortnight or so. We'll see how it goes. Because unfortunately, as we said, that is the biggest issue there. Like, getting a time. Like, even today.
Yeah.
we're like,
Today it was only because I barely woke up early enough for this.
and then we got delayed. But yeah, we got it done. So, thank you very much once again for joining me and Tony for this interesting podcast. And we'll see you probably in 2 weeks. Or, in this case, whenever the next time we record.
Which we'll try to go for as soon as we can.
Yep. So, see ya!
Until next time, have a good day, folks.